A very good day to all my listeners all across the globe. Welcome to my podcast, which is George Nathaniel. My podcast, as you know, is available across all platforms. And I even have my blog site, which is called georgenathaniel.net. All my podcasts is all about fellowship. It's about goodwill. It's about wellness. And most importantly, it's about sharing good experiences. All my podcast comes with specific topics where either I share experiences or I share something in life that is valuable for us as a takeaway. And most importantly, things that help us to grow in betterment in everything that we do in life. Well, today, what am I exactly going to talk about? Today's podcast is going to be one of the shortest podcasts because it's all about an individual as a person. It's all about an individual over themselves. So the subject for today is commitment to committed. Now when I talk about commitment to committed, what am I exactly referring to? What do you think we can actually talk about? What can we share? Well, it's as simple as one just being there in terms of commitment, and one just braving things and taking you through in terms of being committed. So there's a big difference between commitment and committed. So commitment definitely has a lot of value, and committed is something that goes along with commitments. So it's value and valuable that we're looking at. So when I talk about value and valuables, I would say the simple thing that, or the simple reference I could say is commitment to committed is a value attire worn over our own well beings. It is bigger than any form of leadership. Commitment to committed is being there until the end of things, until the end of every deed, to be there over every new beginning, to be there over every accomplishment, and to be there in the forefront of every challenge. So, commitment to committed is something very, very important in all our lives. So, when we look at commitment to committed, a simple way to define a leader is when a leader tells you that I give you my commitment, and you also have a similar leader who tells you that I'm committed to be there and ensure things work out till the end, being in the frame of things. So there's a big, big difference. And of course, there are a lot of valuables in both, and both of them are equally important. So when we say commitment to committed, I would say that's something that goes beyond any skill or any class. It's a value that can override anything in life. So when we talk about committed, what are we looking at exactly? So when you are committed, you are there till the end of things. So when you are there till the end of things, no matter whatever happens, your efforts pay off. So that is called a winning effort. Because at the end of it, there's always an outcome when you're there. Committed measures always has something in the offering. Remember, when you're there till the end, you've seen through everything. It's an experience that you've gone through hands on. So by the end of things, you would have either achieved some results and you would have prepared for a new outcome as well. So when I talk about any topics or any subjects or any experiences, I always ask individuals to relate to their own personal lives, their professional lives, and relate to all wellness along life. And I always give a few pointers over my takeaways. Well, today there is no pointers over any of the takeaways, because today you are, as an individual, the pointer over your own takeaway. So I would say the biggest takeaway today is look at yourself in the mirror. So when one looks at oneself in the mirror, we need to understand, we need to evaluate, and most importantly, we need to judge ourselves. We need to maybe be very sincere over our judgments and evaluate how we could make the outcomes of things better. If we were committed, how the results could get better, or how we could have bigger results. So yes, commitment is there in our lives, but taking commitments to being committed, how much more value can we add to our lives? Well, I'm sure when each one of us sit down and gauge things for ourselves, we would understand that yes, with the small minor change over our efforts, taking our commitments to being committed, that is something that will help us grow more values. And of course, that will take us to bigger goals in our lives. So I leave you with this subject, commitment to committed. And I'm sure as you'll sit down and relate over your own personal lives, you all will find bigger meanings. And most importantly, you all will find happier ways. You all will find more wellness. You will find more calmness. And of course, at the end of it, you'll make your own life even more valuable, even more happier. I hope you like listening to my content. I hope you like listening to my podcast. Today's podcast is very generic because I want each one of you all to start thinking for yourselves. But that is most important in life. No one can help you as much as you can help yourself. This is the only one liner that I leave you with. So I hope you like listening to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel, and I wish you all happiness and wellness. Keep spreading all the good experiences, keep spreading your valuables, and most importantly, keep spreading happiness. Thank you so much.